said in the last vlog, I wanted to dedicate an entire video to Sadie's hunt, and there's several reasons for that. There's a lot of angles to it, I guess you could say. It's one of my favorite hunts of all the years that I've been guiding, and I think you'll understand why. And it started with her father, Jason, who killed a 375-pound bear at the rice stand 3 or 4 years ago. It is still the biggest bear that's been killed in my camp. And he called me up and said, hey, I got a surplus tag. Do you have a spot? And I'm like, I got one opening, so we can get you in. And he said, it's for my daughter, Sadie, who is 14, and she's just about to start 9th grade. Can we start a day early before the weekend, and so possibly we can minimize the number of days that she's going to miss from school, because she's in cross country. And so they came in on Saturday, one day before the hunt, and turns out she missed the whole week of school anyway. But so let's jump right into this. So the first night, Saturday night, before everyone else got there, I put them in the stand where we've had some really nice bears on the bait, and we've killed one nice bear out of there already, and it just happened to be the same stand where Jason had killed his a few years before. So I thought that'd be really cool if Sadie ends up getting one in there too. And she's shooting a 308. And that first night, all they saw was one bear that kind of circled and did not come all the way into the bait. And Jason got just a quick little video of it as it disappeared into the bushes. But he did get a good look at it. He said it was a really big one, and it didn't come in all the way into the bait. Well, the next night, we're going up to the northern part of the area, and we're putting them in a bait called raspberry. That was the first night that everyone else was there, and so I have my baits in groups of 3, and so raspberry is one of 3, and we also put Tim and Travis in other baits that are 2 miles apart from raspberry. So that night they saw several bears. In fact, she passed up a bear that was actually 2 bears that was right at the bait and feeding in front of her. They had a couple other bears that were around them, kind of circling and so forth. A couple of them, most people I guess would have considered shooters, but she had set her standards pretty high, and she wanted to kill a big bear. Her dad killed a big bear. I think she actually kind of had it in the back of her mind that she wanted to kill one bigger than he has, which is a tall order. So they passed up multiple bears that second night, and then the third night I had a stand where I had put Dave in a ground blind, and it had multiple bears that were hitting it, including one real dandy. And so I thought, I'm going to put him in that ground blind. So we ended up putting him in that ground blind on the third night. We'd already killed 2 bears, so we only had 4 hunters out. Well, they didn't see anything that night, which was pretty disappointing. I decided to put them back into rice where they had sat the first night, because the bears were still hitting the bait. We had bears coming in. We had big bears on that bait, and some of them were coming a half an hour to an hour before the end of legal shooting light. So I had a second stand I hung in there so Jason could sit with her, of course. They had a really big bear come in, and as the bear walked in, there was 2 just split seconds, one now and then there, where if she was completely ready and wanted to pull the trigger in a hurry, she could have had a shot, but then the bear just sat down. And it laid there and sat there for the next 10 minutes or more, and I ended up walking in right at the end of legal shooting light and spooking that bear off, and she just never got a shot that she feels comfortable with. And that was a huge bear. Really would have been cool if she'd have got that bear. Might have been bigger than the one her dad shot. But she didn't feel comfortable with the shot, and he's kind of coaching her. You know, he's giving her good advice. Jason's saying, you know, if you don't feel comfortable with a shot, don't take it. You know, I never fault anyone for not taking a shot they don't feel comfortable with. A lot of people would have shot that bear and probably killed that bear, but she's a new bear hunter, and she's making choices based on what she feels comfortable with, and that's the way it should be. So in her case, I feel like she made the right decision. Now it comes to the point where she's missing all these days of school, and she doesn't care, but Jason, I think, is kind of feeling like it's time to make something happen here. And so she's going out back to raspberry again. I checked the card, and there's still multiple bears coming into Raspberry. I knew it was getting hit because it was getting cleaned up. Every time you go in there, it's just wiped out. On this night, she goes in there, and she had a bear that came in, and she said she's going to lower her standards and probably just shoot a good representative bear, I guess you would say. Any decent bear, she's going to shoot it. Well, she had a bear in there, and she passed up, you know, kind of a smallish 150-pound bear. It was around there for a long time, and then all of a sudden she sees, here comes a bigger one. And this one just stepped in. It was behind a tree, so she couldn't shoot. Jason was sitting in a separate hang-on stand beside the ladder stand, and he's looking the other way, and all of a sudden he turns around and he looks at her, and she's got her gun up, and she's looking through the scope, and he looks at the barrel, and here's a big old bear standing at the barrel, and it takes a step into the open, and she shoots, and he's like, you know, he didn't have to coach her at all. She's like, that one's going down, and she shot it. She made a perfect shot on it. I got this trail camera video of the bear right in front of the barrel, and unfortunately, right before she shoots, the 30-second video ended. Well, when we got in there, Jason said he made a half a circle, and I think I heard him crash right over there. And Sadie's just so excited and giggling and all the fun things about somebody that age that just shot a big bear. And here, just watch the video of me recovering their bear and getting it out. It was an amazing experience, and I'm so happy for her. All right. We'll meet you back here in a little while, Bill. All right. Got enough things to do stuff with there. Got a sign.
All right, Sadie, take us through it. I was facing the other way.
I know.
I just
so
happened.
I was contemplating getting your attention, but I was like, no. And so it came up, and I was like, come on, just step a little bit more forward. And so it came forward, and then I just hit it, and I had no idea what you were doing. It ran off around that way, and it was a big bear too.
Yeah, that was a good size. Yeah, that was a good size.
Bear.
So I was facing the other direction because of my hang-on stand, and then I turned a little bit, and I tend to look down just a little bit towards you. So I was turning just a little bit, and I saw you had your gun up, and I was like, what in the world? So then I looked up, and I saw a bear at the bait, and I was like, I wonder if I can get my phone, you know, ready or whatever, but I didn't want to move too much.
Yeah,
so,
you were just sitting there like...
Yeah. So I'm so happy and so proud for you. Okay, so I'm gonna text. I'll text Bernie.
Okay.
And we'll.
Go see if I can.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, because we watched it run up that way and then down that way. How'd a girl say you roast?
Yay.
All right, let's go get them. Okay, we are headed in. I got a text of Jason, says shots fired. Sadie shot a bear, and they think they heard it crash. So it's only like not even 5:30. It's about 5:30, I guess. So we're headed on in there to recover Sadie's bear. Woo! On down, tell me your story.
Okay, so a small bear came up at like 5. It was like 5 probably.
Okay.
And it came in and it ate like there were like 3 piles. It ate the first one, and then it ate the second one, and then it was just like sitting there. And then it came up, and then it went back around that way. And so I was going to shoot it, but I didn't really have the best shot. And then we waited like an hour, and then a big one came up. and was waiting like right in between those trees and like eating out of the barrel, and then stepped forward a little bit and then I shot it, and then it ran around that way.
Kind of made a half
Yeah.
circle.
It went up this way and then a half circle around that way, and I feel like it'll be good.
And then there was a crack, and then
You
a
heard a
noise, but I
crack?
don't know what the noise was.
The noise did sound like a moan, kind of, or?
No, it was like,
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, awesome.
Let's find it.
Give me some of that.
Yeah, it ran through to somewhere in this kind of general area, and then we kind of, it was kind of hard to track.
But at this point, it was just kind of more going away from you.
Yeah, it kind of made a half circle, and there it is.
That looks like a dead bear right over here.
All right, Sadie Rose.
I could see it back there. I seen it about 20 yards back.
Oh, it is a big one.
I'll let you look.
That is a big bear. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Had a girl, Miss Sadie.
Sadie, this was worth waiting for. I'm not kidding you. Look at that bear.
What do you got?
We got a big one.
that's a
Did
big
you not?
bear.
We didn't bring a big enough sled.
Had a girl, Sadie Rose.
Oh, Sadie. Wow.
Absolutely.
Good for you. What a hog. Is it dead?
There's your bolt. Feel that right there.
Here, I'll hold you down. Sadie out of the way.
Seriously, it went all the way through and it's right there.
Didn't
So
come.
that looks like a good shot then.
Wow.
She said it felt good, and from where I was
Wow.
sitting, it
Good
looked
job.
Looks like it's on the flat.
Look at that.
Let's see if we can get his head up on that log.
Ready?
Oh, that's a big bear.
Come here.
Come stand right where I'm standing, Sadie. So let's
You
get
want-
some pictures.
Yeah.
You want the rifle?
What a monster.
What a girl.
You want to hold the rifle or no?
That is a
I don't know
solid
what to
bear.
do.
Just get on your knees there a little
Yeah.
bit and you kind of get your. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah, or like what I do is, well, that'll work. Or I do a little thing like that and kind of fold it in. Like it really doesn't matter. Good shot right there, Sadie. Proud of you.
Tree. What a moose.
What did I say?
You're pulling a trailer with them. If we can't lift them, you know.
One, two,
You
three.
might have to put a hand there that side there, Bernie.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. All right, put the rest of the stuff in the back of mine.
Head on this thing.
How's that sled?
Look at that head. Huh?
Had a melon on it.
I know.
Get a rag or something. That's a big old head.
Do it heavier.
It looks freaking giant. You guys are behind it.
Yeah, those are food. Look at those. They're my gorgeous.
He's up, guys.
323.
323.
Boom. Are you so sad and so bummed?
Oh yeah.
Dad's happy.
So that was really exciting for me, really rewarding for me to see her and all the excitement that she had, and for Jason. And that's a really big bear in Minnesota. And people talk about 300, 400, 500 pound bears all the time, but to kill a 300 pound bear in Minnesota, it's quite an accomplishment. And we've killed a few in our camp, and it's pretty exciting that a 14-year-old girl happened to be the hunter that got one of them. So really grateful that you watch these vlogs, and I'm gonna give you one more video here, vlog number 12, where I'm kind of going to go through the details. There's a lot of loose ends to tie up, and I'm sure you're wondering, you know, how many males versus females we got, how much bait we used. I'm actually got an amount of how much I spent on bait this year, and it's going to shock you, but it was all worth it. So stay tuned for vlog number 12, and then I'm going to go bear hunting for myself in Ontario, and we'll be bringing a video on that too. See you on the next video.